His successor, elected by a narrow margin in 1797, was John Adams, whose foreign affairs struggles were equal or worse to Washington's. The situation in France devolved further into a period known as the Reign of Terror. Adams continued Washington's policy of isolation and further pushed the United States away from France. In response, the new revolutionary government of France began an unofficial war against the United States, or quasi-war. The fighting was kept primarily at sea and involved a number of naval battles with America's fledgling navy. At home, Adams became increasingly unpopular with the Democratic Republicans as he passed the Alien and Sedition Acts, allowing the government to arrest or silence any critics of the Adams administration's actions in regards to France. Bedeviled by members of his own party and members of the opposition, Adams took it upon himself to broker an agreement with France and end his administration in peace. In his final year in office, Adams and his wife Abigail were the first presidential family to move into the White House in the new Capitol in Washington, D.C. They lived and worked out of the building as it was put together around them. Adams ran again, hoping that his peace with France would regain favor, but lost out to Thomas Jefferson early in the electoral process. The presidency of Thomas Jefferson ushered in 25 years of Democratic-Republican control of the executive branch. Jefferson's administration rapidly worked to undo the damage they felt Washington and Adams' administrations had done. Jefferson worked to reduce the accumulated debt, cutting the budget as low as he possibly could. He reduced the Army and Navy and removed the whiskey tax which had plagued Washington's presidency. Like Washington and Adams, Jefferson had to contend with piracy in the Mediterranean. He employed an American naval squadron to soundly defeat the Barbary pirates and force them to capitulate. Unlike his predecessors, Jefferson actively worked with the new French government, now under the control of Napoleon Bonaparte. Bonaparte, looking to make quick cash and to offload some old colonial holdings, sold the Louisiana Territory to Jefferson's administration in 1803, opening an entirely new frontier for Americans. The following year, Jefferson employed the Corps of Discovery, led by Captain Meriwether Lewis and Lieutenant William Clark, to mount an expedition up the Missouri River and over the Continental Divide. Their goals were to map the new territory, to find a practical route across the western half of the continent, and to establish an American presence in the West before Europeans got the chance to claim territory. Aided by a Shoshone woman named Sacagawea who served as an interpreter, the party